And a warm welcome. You are listening to Thelma FM, and this is Forgotten Songs from the Broom Cupboard, and it's show 16. This is a free-form walk through our collection of 78s. It's all 78s again this time. This is a collection. We have around 1,000 records, probably slightly over now. There's no connection apart from what it says on the label. They're forgotten songs, artists or tracks. Some less forgotten than others, shall we put it that way. There's certainly not tracks that are played very often. We start with an old favourite, which really isn't forgotten. It's a classic, but I just love playing this. It's Tennessee, Ernie Ford, and 16 Tons.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bone. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, to bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Absolutely superb. That was Tennessee Ernie Ford with the classic 16 Tons. Now, I have that record on. That was 78. I've got it on 45. I've got it on an LP. I could download it as well, but you know, that scratchy old 78, it's an original, and I just love playing that. We've got a selection, and the next few records are going back even a bit further. And they are, I would say, very typically 30s music, largely 30s. We're dipping into the 1920s and, as well. We're starting off with Paul Small. Now, this is on the Diva record label, which went from 1925 to 1932 and was a part of the Columbia Records. But these Diva label was actually produced for a retail stores in the US called W.T. Grant. It's nothing mind-blowing, this track, but I like it. And you know what? Listening to a lot of this music last week again, I thought, you know what kind of brings all these tunes together? They're just very jolly. They're just very entertaining. So let's listen to Paul Small.
somebody else is the lucky one. No use in my pretending, life will be hard to bear. Your dream of love has just begun. I offer you congratulations. I really mean it from my heart. Someone in your embrace is taking my old place. But if you're happy, I'll be so happy. You'll always be my inspiration. Although we've drifted far apart, you found somebody new. What else is there to do but offer you congratulations? Somebody new. What else is there to do but offer you congratulations?
I hate you, darling, my turtle dove. I hate you, darling, all else above. I hate you, darling, because I love you so. I should be clever and say goodbye, goodbye forever, my butterfly. But why be clever when, darling, I need the joy you bring more than anything I know. I'm in the depths of inferno when you're far away from me, dear. But when our sweet nights return, oh, my habitat is the stratosphere. Still I hate you, darling, it's true, my pet, I hate you, darling. But don't forget, I hate you, darling, and yet I love you so. inferno when you're far away from me there. But when our sweet nights return, oh, my habitat is the stratosphere. Still I hate you, darling. It's true, my pet, I hate you, darling. But don't forget, I hate you, darling. And yet I love you so.
I say, isn't that magic? Sometimes I pick songs just because of the title of them. That was I Hate You, Darling by Turner Layton. Now, a very polished, cultured voice, a kind of Noel Cowardy, to give it a shortcut into what the style is like. Turner Layton, though, he was black. He was born in Washington in 1894 and was hugely successful with his writing partner, Henry Creamer. He wrote hundreds of songs and famous ones as well. He wrote Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. He later on found fame in England with, I don't know if he adopted this style of singing at that point, with Clarence Johnston. So it was Layton and Johnson, and they were a duo. Sadly, that partnership broke up when Clarence Johnston caused an absolute outrage by becoming involved in divorce proceedings. You should look it up. It's scandalous. Now, to kind of back to back with that, we have an artist that I played quite a few times, Leslie Hutchinson, who was known as Hutch. Again, it's very much that Noel Coward 1930s cabaret type singing. But again, Hutch was actually born in British Grenada, and again, a bit of a scandal attached to him. But let's listen to Begin the Begin.
When they begin the begin, it brings back a sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and down by the shore an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin the begin. To live it again is past all endeavor, except the tune that touches my heart, and a heavy eye swearing to love forever, and promising never, never to part. What moments divine, what rapture serene, till clouds came along to disperse the joys that we've tasted. And now when I hear people curse the charms that have wasted, I know but too well what they mean. So don't let them begin the begin. Let the love that was once a fire remain a temper. Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember. When they begin, they begin. Oh yes, let them begin, they begin. Make them play till the stars that were there before return.
go. Will you whisper to me once more, darling, I love you? Then we suddenly know what heaven we're in when we begin the beginning. When they begin the beginning.
You are listening to Thelma FM. This is Forgotten Songs from the Broom Cupboard. A lovely trawl. Well, I think it's lovely. A lovely trawl through our collection of 78 records here at the Living Memory Association. We are a reminiscence project based here in Edinburgh, and we have a lovely hands-on museum in Ocean Terminal Shopping Centre. You're very welcome to come and have a look at all the thousands of items we have. And what makes us different from an ordinary museum is you can pick stuff up and look at it. We are open weekdays 10:30 to 4 and weekends 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right, okay, well that was a little bit of a scratchy one there. As I said, that was Leslie Hutchinson, known as Hutch, very, very popular in the 1930s, caused a bit of a scandal by getting a society woman, married, I think, I seem to remember, pregnant. So one, apparently, I don't watch it myself, but Downton Abbey has a character in the show, or has done, that was based on Hutch. I think there's a film in just about him there somewhere, isn't there? Right, we're going to move on. These records have been donated to us, or I've purchased them over the years. They are a bit crackly. They've lived a bit of a life. They've been well played and maybe not as well kept as they should be, but we don't mind because we just love the atmosphere that they bring to this show. This is Lucky, I love these names. Lucky Millinder, and it's Spider and the Fly.
It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a low down dirty lie. Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. No, I don't think I oughta, was my gay reply. For I see an evil twinkle shining in your eye, and the day that I enter will be the day I die.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a low down dirty lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a low down dirty lie. For I see an evil twinkle shining in your eye, and the day that I enter will be the day I die. And put him on the land. The fool that swallows me, boy, he may not understand. So I think I'll just stay where I ought to be. Don't want no foolish spider to make no sandwich out of me.
That's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a low down dirty lie.
It's a lie.
Booby devil,
It's a lie.
we booby boy, a nice spider shoot, but it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a low down, dirty, dirty lie.
Oh yeah, like that ending. I'm just going to stop the record there and see if there's any indication of who the vocalist was. It was the Lucky Millinder Orchestra, but no, there is nothing on there to say who the vocalist was. Now, Lucky was born in Alabama in 1910, died in 1966. Very successful career. This is the intriguing bit about this, the way it's worded on internet. Born Lucius Venables, and then it says this: he took the surname Millinder as a child, as though he chose it himself, which is all very odd. Anyway, he was, as I say, very successful. Started off in band, started his own band. Then he went to Europe and had residences in Paris, and also very much a regular at the Cotton Club. We've got lots of bands coming up and artists that I certainly hadn't heard of. The next one being one, and this is Hal Kemp. Again, very successful.
Been putting it on, been talking it over. That sweetie of mine gave me a sign, my troubles are over. The family crew, the relatives too, invited me over. They put the okay on me today, my troubles are over. We're planning to settle down in a little suburban town. Who wouldn't like trees, birds and bees all around? A couple of cars, a couple of kids, a couple in clover. Just picture me there, floating on air, my troubles are over.
That again, very, very jolly. It's something you'd want to just hum, really, wouldn't you? That was Hal Kemp, who died at the age of 36 in 1940 in a car crash, sadly. I'm sure he would have had a long, successful career. Just like our next artist, who is Claude Hopkins. He was a jazz stride pianist and band leader. And there again, this is a very, very nice, jolly record. Must stop saying jolly, though. I don't know what's happened to me. Am I in a jolly mood? I don't know why I'd be in a jolly mood. That here in Britain they've just announced a general election on December the 12th, which is my birthday. Thanks very much. It's also Frank Sinatra's birthday, but we were born in a different year, I hasten to add. You are listening to Forgotten Songs from the Broom Cupboard. My name is Miles, and as I have said, we're going through a collection of lesser played tracks, artists and songs, all on 78. Who have we got next? Wendell Hall. We're going back to the 20s now. This is 1928. Wendell Hall played the ukulele. He was a pioneering radio person, country singer, and I believe he had his own range of ukuleles. Very much a pioneer of that instrument, or bringing it, making it more popular. Let's listen to this. It is, let me have a look now, what is this called? I'll tell you what. Let's do this professionally. Let's have a look, see what it's called. It's called Easy Going. Yes, well, I was too easy going there.
Taking my time, not life instead I'm going easy all of the time, yes, all of the time. Easy come and easy go. I'm happy. Everything I do to make things easy. I'll be happy any old, well, any old place, any old line. I'm going easy all the time. Easy going, rolling around, taking my time, never a frown. I'm easy going all the time. Yes, sir, no Jesus and Jesus in my head, don't take life instead. I'm going easy all the time. I don't mind when rain is coming down. Pitter-patter, I just let it rain, 'cause I have found it don't matter. You're taking my time. I'm easy going all the time.
You will have to give some of these records, which the vocals and the music, they almost seem to be behind a sea of crackle, don't they? Some people say it's too much. It's not. I like it. We can just about hear it. That was 1928. The next one up is Jan Garber and his orchestra from 1927. This is on the Victor record label. Jan Garber had a very good, nice long career. He was known as the idol of the airwaves in the 20s and 30s. This is from 1928, and it's positively, absolutely. Jan Garber, an orchestra with vocal refrain. That was, I say, that was a bit racy, really, wasn't it? Is she over 50? Does she like... Is she over 50? Is she under 50? And does she like to pet? Oh, I say. Nothing wrong with being over 50 either, I hasten to add. This is definitely a change of pace. This is Frank Ferrara and Anthony Francini. And the song is Pua Mohalo, which I think is how it's pronounced, probably not. It's from 1920, and they are Hawaiian guitars. Quite slow, actually. I always think Hawaiian guitars are a bit more faster paced than this, but this is quite mournful. I'm going to check that I actually played that at the right speed. It is on 78, but I'm wondering... Very slow, wasn't it? Anyway, Frank Ferrara and Anthony Francini with... I'll try another go at pronouncing this. Pua Mohalo, 1920. Frank was such a prolific Hawaiian specialist that they reckon between 1915 and 1930 of all the Hawaiian style music, Frank played or actually produced a quarter of all that style of music at that time. I wouldn't say that's novelty, it's just a more unusual style of music, and as I say, a lot slower than normal Hawaiian guitar that I've certainly heard. Next up, and we're going to only have a little bit of this because it has got a dirty, great big crack in it, which is a real shame, and I don't want to ruin my needle too much. So this is Stainless Stephen, and it is the rhyme of a radio comedian. Now, Stainless Stephen was a comedian, so this is a rhyming comedy record. And he was popular on the BBC in the early 30s. He was called Stainless Stephen because he was from Sheffield, and that was a big steel producer. And I believe, as a gimmick, he even had a stainless steel bowler hat. But as I say, we won't be able to stay with this long because there is a dirty, great big crack in it.
This record unfolds a grim story, a sip from life's bitter cup. It sounds just as well if played backwards, full regard with a spring not wound up. A comedian's life isn't rosy. On radio it's hard to make fun. Creeping out when I finish the broadcast, people say that's the best thing he's done. Far famed is my voice for its power. Its strength has made thousands unnerved. Should I order a drink up in London, someone down in Southampton gets served. I'll never forget my journey to Savoy Hill, Trent.
I'm afraid we'll have to leave that one there. You get the idea. Certainly a good old Yorkshire accent, which was a far cry from the very posh pronunciation we associate with the BBC at the time. OK, let's go a bit more modern now. Let's have a bit of Dinah Washington. This is Memphis Blues. Like old Dinah, we like playing her here.
Honey, I've been down to Memphis town, where the people smile on you all the while. Hospitality, they were good to me, couldn't spend a dime, had the grandest time. I went out a-dancing with a Tennessee dear, a fella there named Handy had a band you should hear, while they gently swayed, all them darkies played real harmony. I never will forget the tune that Handy called the Memphis Blues. They got a fiddler there that always glistens his hair. Oh Lordy, how he pulls on his bow. When you hear that tune, listen to the trombone crew. Oh, they moan just like a sinner on revival day. That melancholy strain, that ever-haunting refrain, is like a darky moan in a song. Here comes that very part, wraps a spell around my heart. Oh, it sets me wild to hear that loving tune again. Melancholy strain, that ever-haunting refrain, is like a darky moan in a song. Here comes that very part, wraps a spell around my heart. Oh, it sets me wild to hear that loving tune again. Those Memphis Blues.
You can always rely on Dinah Shore. That was Memphis Blues. If we have time, I'll play the other side of that, which might be Washington Blues. I'll check on that. Now, this is certainly a person I've never heard of before. It's Jimmy Parkinson, who was an Australian artist. He even had his own TV show from 1959 to 1960 in Australia. Very 50s style singing here, but yeah, I like this. Cry Baby.
Shoo-doo-doo-wah, cry, cry, my baby, cry, shoo-doo-doo-wah, cry, cry, my baby, cry, cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, 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 cry.
My baby is such a cry baby, oh such a cry baby, crying all of the time.
Cry, cry, my baby, cry.
My baby is such a cry baby, oh such a cry baby, crying all of the time, all of the time. When the raindrops start to fall, tears fall from her eyes, then my heart starts to call. Don't you realize?
Oh, don't you realize?
My baby, you're such a cry baby, you're such a cry baby, crying all of the time.
Cry, cry, my baby, cry, shoo-doo-doo-wah, cry, cry, my baby, cry, cry. Cry, 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 cry.
Come on, baby, and stop that crying.
Cry, cry, cry. Cry, cry, cry. Cry, cry, cry.
When the raindrops start to fall, tears fall from her eyes, then my heart starts to call. Don't you realize?
Oh, don't you realize?
My baby, you're such a cry baby, you're such a cry baby, crying all of the time.
Cry, cry, my baby, cry, shoo-doo-doo-wah. Cry, cry, my baby, cry, 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 all of the time.
All of the time.
I wasn't expecting that yipping in the middle there. That was quite good, wasn't it? Jimmy Parkinson. Couldn't really find anything else about him, whether he's still alive. He possibly could be. We are only talking about the 1950s now and not way back when. Now, next, I have played this man before and his sextet. This is Harry Parry, who was born in Bangor in Wales. And this is all these tracks about to play are on the Parlophone record label. They're all from 1941, I think. I'll check that up afterwards. I like his style. He's a clarinetist. They say he kind of based his style on Benny Goodman. I like it. I think he has his own style as well. But let's listen. We're going to have a few of these tracks back to back. I'm quite a fan of old Harry Parry. These records, he made 100 records for Parlophone around this time. This is indeed 1941. You heard, first of all, It Don't Count. I love these titles. And you have just heard Don't Be That Way. Now, I've got about 5 of these records. I bought them all at the same time. And I think I've mentioned before, because I have played Harry Parry before, it's Harry Parry's Radio Rhythm Club Sextet, which was a band he put together for the BBC. And it's got beautifully written down the title. This is somebody who's collected these on the back of the the record cover. So we've got piano, the great George Shearling. Guitar, Frank Denz. Bass, Sam Molyneux. Drums, Ben Edwards. Vibraphone, Roy Marsh. And on that, vocalist was Doreen Villas. On the other side of that is the fabulously titled, why don't we do good titles for songs anymore? This one is Bounce Me Brother with a solid 4. Great. Okay, final one for Harry Parry today. This is Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, 1941 again, 20 years later. John Coltrane and Eric Dolphy recorded this in New York, a rather longer version, but nonetheless both versions are very good. Well, thank you very much for listening to this Forgotten Songs from the Broom Cupboard. This is show 16. If you'd like to listen to this on repeat on Thelma FM, go to our website homepage www.livingmemory.org.uk. You can pick up our player there. This is repeated on Wednesdays at 4 p.m, Saturdays at 4 p.m, and Sundays at 4 p.m. I will leave you with the great Harry Parry. Thanks for listening.